there we were in our little countryside home. The sun was out and the days were warm, but the mornings were cold enough for a fire.
So I finally got some custom pins for the excavator. It's time to actually get this thing back going. I did new pins and bushings on it and everything was worn.
There was all kinds of little things unfinished around the property. It had been that kind of year.
So I didn't know this until just recently, but they make cheap tools on Amazon that will accept major brand batteries. Like, I have mostly Milwaukee tools, but I got this leaf blower on Amazon for 60 bucks and it works fantastic, I gotta say.
Yeah, this section I've always wondered about too.
I think there's some islands now.
And at some point in September, my good friend Noah hired me to camera op on a film shoot, just like the old days when we used to do a lot of video work together.
How is it two separate colors? And people say that beauty is natural. Yeah, I don't know about that.
And so we headed east to the big city for what turned into a multi-day shoot for a very interesting company that will change the world one day.
What is that?
Yeah.
And this is such a beautiful orange color.
Yeah.
Orange yellow.
This amount of peppers is insane.
I saw all this poop on the ground, and last year there was like a hornworm or something it was called that was on the tomatoes, and I was so scared. So I'm peeling these back, and then right here was a red and black striped huge spiky caterpillar. So I had to use like chopsticks and remove it. This golden beet. I've never, and then back in there too.
Oh,
yeah.
I can't wait to have.
And here's a good, that one looks big, yeah, nice.
Wait, it's weird without the covers on.
I know.
Everything is starting to.
And back home, our garden was giving its final hurrah, a gorgeous bounty, the likes of which we had never seen in the past.
I'm about to have a cooking show right here.
Sheesh. Papa!
This was a preview.
Little Bubsy. What do you think about all this food?
where the knotweed once grew in and made it hard to pass through, I had laid down thick ground cover near the woodshed and was going to create chips from the trees I had cleared for trails, as well as the dying beach that was getting worse by the month.
Yeah, there'll be firewood. And I'll be able to.
And then I finally dug out the drainage ditch I had filled in with too small of stones, which had clogged with driveway mix. So that part of our driveway would stop washing out every time it rained.
Here you go. You see how those vines are turning red?
And I was driving the Valiant every day, working out the kinks, seeing if it would be ready for a long trip at the end of September.
You think that's enough water? I think it is. Savage Farms.
And in the background, the cold nights were making the leaves change fast.
It's kind of been like this the past 2 years in a row. Come August, we start to enter a drought, and then a lot of the leaves start to dry up and crumble, especially on the weaker trees. But that said, there's still places where there's incredible color. There's always going to be places where there's incredible color. Even the road on the way to my parents' house, just beautiful color. Feels like it's October. We went there the other night for dinner. Pizza night. Friday night, pizza night. Yeah, we looked at the The clearing Mason and I had made when we dropped those dead ash trees, daydreaming about what it could be like if it was grass or a meadow, or there's endless possibilities. But we took the dogs down to the swimming hole, and so fun watching Lucy. She's just a fireball of energy. Hudson puts up with it, because Hudson is getting older now, but I was actually noticing that his coat looks so thick and full and healthy, and he's been eating Sundays for dogs for over a year now, and Lucy's been eating it pretty much her whole life, and it's amazing what good quality food can do for an animal. Sundays is human-grade dog food. It was founded by a practicing vet who got frustrated with the big dog food brands. They didn't care about the ingredients or the quality, and Dr. Tori Waxman wanted to change that. When you think of the healthiest dog food you can buy, you probably think of those meals in the fridge or the freezer. They require you to cook or unthaw or some kind of prep, but you look closer at those meals and they're full of synthetic ingredients. Sundays is completely unique. Sundays is made from better quality ingredients than those foods, but it requires no prep, no mess, and it's easy to store. There's no fillers, synthetics, or artificial preservatives. It's whole meat, muscle, and organs. It's the stuff that our pups need. And the way they're able to do this is because of the air drying process. That's what makes it last in storage, and that's what preserves the nutrients. The fact that Hudson's almost a decade old and is able to keep up with Lucy, who's just a puppy, is a testament to the quality of Sundays. I actually have close friends who are doing totally independent research on the best dog food for their pup, and Sundays was at the top of the list, so that was pretty cool to see. So if you've been thinking about upgrading dog foods, you have to give Sundays a try and witness your dog's transformation. Just hit the link in the video description below or use code Trout to get 50% off your first order. So thank you to Sundays for sponsoring this video, and now back to the story. I mean, this is so much space. Wow, now that all the leaves have died, you can actually see the logs. What? Yeah, I gotta get this stuff off the ground. This is more than I even thought.
She was showing me all the tomatoes, and she pointed to a box and was like, "This is for you guys." And I was like, "Oh, sweet." Or she said,
Maybe extra cheese. Maybe it must be olive oil.
"That's really good." Did you also get the same kind?
I don't know. Did we get the same one?
Yeah.
He's like,
Plymouth Valiant? What's the deal with that? Looks like it came right out of a barn.
what's the deal with that? What are you driving that for?
Yeah, right.
Like,
that
why
thing runs?
not? Yeah.
It's funny. Well, I guess it's easy with this car if you know them at all, but so far, 2 people have guessed the year exactly. This is one of them. I was like, can you guess what year? 1962.
That's great. Yeah, because it is like there was so many change. They
changed
like the 61
completely.
is different, and the 60 is different, and the 63 is totally different.
Also, did you know this about Mopar? The driver's side is right
I meant to
tread.
tell you, yeah.
I meant to
And
tell
I have
you
because
that.
I broke one off,
You broke it? He was like, look at this, someone must have...
and I bought extras because I was like, this is gonna happen to me again or some shit.
Yeah.
So I've got more.
The plow truck's probably the bigger slant stick.
No, this is the big. This is a 225. There's a 170 and a 225. This is a 225 positive.
Because I thought they put the smaller ones in the sedans and the bigger ones in the truck.
They did. You could get. It was an option. You could get this with a 170 or a 225.
What?
It's got the nut. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was. Yeah. 'Cause these are ours. That's not even like my
I know.
whole body weight. It moves a lot. You had 3 people in there.
2.
2. I was just about to ask you. big keeping it. He was like a manager there, and then he went back to work for his uncle. That guy has a cool lifestyle worked out.
Yeah.
Running the sawmill, planting Christmas trees.
Yeah, I made a bunch of hot sauce today and I had extra,
Nice.
so it's perfect that you're here. I seriously almost just went down all three. It's got every type of pepper we grew in it, and then peaches from the orchard
I was like, what's
up the
the
road.
sweet peach?
And it gave it like a nice thickness, I feel like, too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put in some
Drinks
roll.
the whole thing.
So I feel like we should coat the whole rim here, and then maybe coat this as we put it down.
It is gonna be mint without the rattle.
The rattle was...
Should we do it half at a time?
I think we should... If it's like every other rubber cement, then it'll just be... The longer it dries, the more it will stick, like, and stay.
Interesting to negotiate up here.
I think if you come take...
Every little upgrade made the Valiant more pleasurable to drive. And on one golden eve, we headed off for one of our final garden dinners of the season.
It's really... I didn't know it was happening so quick. We may even pick it.
It's gotta be close.
But the big cantaloupe. Like when I left like a few days ago, flicked the stem, it was fine, it was feeling firm.
Yeah.
Got back, stem flicked right off, and I was like, oh, perfect. And then I grabbed it, and it was so much. It like just went. Myself, Aiden has made them a bunch of times, and they've turned out really well. So let's see how these go.
This is the final cut now. You just take them out and then roast them, right?
Ooh, okay. You can't blame this guy.
Gobi next to it, which is like potato, cauliflower, chickpea, and then no, I mean you can bake it.
Kyle got me this on the ride.
No wonder the little pepper thing he gave me was so slim.
I just saved that.
Really make sure your first cast is good.
A lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
And Jared and I made it out on the river for a chilly golden eve, where there was more insect activity than I saw all summer, but still low water and not much trout activity.
First cast, you get one shot. Seriously?
There's a trout right in front of me.
You gotta be very dainty. Getting me out into the world.
God forbid. I can't believe you've never driven on this road. Do you know where it comes out?
This is honestly a crazy ride. This is such
Hey, little harps.
And the yard was starting to turn into our own little autumn world.
I think she gets shot.
Harps, what'd you do?
Predators turned to snugglers. And I picked the kids up from school.
What's up, Mal? You got a nice new spot?
You like that in there? Is that cozy?
And there was still tons more work to do on the firewood before winter, but every little bit helped. And as part of our basement renovations, we were getting rid of our old backup heating system and adding a new system that did heat and AC efficiently. And my good friend Mitch installs them professionally.
This time on Masada Mechanical Contractors. Will the head fit? Wow! That's so clean. That is so clean. You like it in there, don't you, man?
I'm gonna do a jump. I'm gonna switch position. Okay? 3, 2, 1. How is this possible? What? Have you just been living there?
How is that possible?
They call it the art of war. This is not gonna work.
Which part? I would hate to see a good business go out this way. How do you know it's on?
And so lots of little things were getting plucked at, as I was doing my best to keep the property looking nice, as that's when I feel most relaxed and inspired. And right around the time the yard started filling up with leaves, I headed toward a place where the leaves turn first every year.
Well, I was gonna head up into Vermont to my favorite early foliage spot, but it's actually beautiful around here. It's kind of far turned in some of these areas, so maybe I don't have to go. The real reason I don't want to drive far is because I think something going on with the drive shaft, U-joints, most likely. It's not super serious yet, but I've been noticing it for a little bit, and yeah, I think I gotta get this thing in the air, take the drive shaft out and inspect the joints and get to the bottom of this sound. But luckily, there's plenty of color here, so let's see what else I can find. Of course, I had to stop by the Dreaming Tree for a yearly check-in. But she still had a week or two before she'd be all in for fall. And I ended up on a road I've been to in the past, but never when the hills were this colorful. And to see it as such in that quiet moment was like watching the opening scene to your favorite movie.
But I had to get back home, as there was much to do before we headed off to new places we had never been in the fall.